Okay, hello everyone. Okay, this is regarding exposition. So writing expositions. And one example of expository writing is argumentative essays. So you can actually see the question that we did in class. Okay, that all of you should have already drafted and passed to me, and I've given it back to you for feedback. Is this question: students benefit from participating in co-curricular activities? Do you agree? Okay, so thanks to the four students who have actually shared with all of us, okay, selflessly, so that we can all look at some of the things that they have actually written pretty well. Okay, so based on this topic, right, maybe what I'll do is I'll take a look at the introduction first. Okay, okay, so if we take a look at this topic, right, you will see that this particular student, right, what she has actually done is to actually say, do students benefit from participating in co-curricular activities? So she actually paraphrased that question. And then she also carries on saying by using a general statement to say this has been a controversial topic among all, and how people actually believed, okay, about CCAs, whether it helps or not. Okay, so she gave you some background information about what CCA can actually do for you. For example, like helping us to expand our social circles. And then finally, at the end, if you take a look at the last line, okay, this essay will discuss the benefits of students participating in co-curricular activities, while at the same time also taking into consideration that there are certain circumstances that CCAs may actually be disadvantageous, okay, at certain times. Okay. There is another one that I'll try to show you. Okay. But I may not be able to play it. Okay. Okay, which is this. So if you take a look at this, right, this particular student actually starts out like this. So have you ever waited eagerly for the dismissal bell to ring, only to realize that you have a couple more hours of co-curricular activities? Okay, and then what the lady actually does, what the student actually does well is, I know that I have. So what I need you to do, right, is to remember that every time you throw in an impactful rhetorical question, right, at the start of your essay, please also try to answer it, because this is also to create engagement, create some kind of rapport with your reader. Okay, so once they are reflecting over this, what the writer has actually done over here is actually answering the question that she has actually asked earlier, and then elaborating it a little bit more. There are plenty of times that this actually happened to me, and then giving a short brief on what co-curricular activities are and why it is compulsory. So something to add on for this particular student would be actually sharing a few examples about what CCAs there are, the range of CCAs there are available in Singapore schools. And then, but one thing that she actually continued doing well was, however, the irony is that even though they are compulsory, many students skip it. So it sets the tone for the rest of the body paragraphs, or at least for the next two body paragraphs, that she actually is going to, I mean, the next two body paragraphs that she'll be sharing about the disadvantages. Okay, of course, there will be one more opposing one, which you also mentioned about advantaged. Okay, so I'm sure she will continue writing the body paragraph. So next, I think we should take a look at the body paragraphs. Okay, one for a while. Okay, I'm unable to share the body paragraphs. So now, Maya, I'll let you have a look at this body paragraph first. Okay, so firstly, I think that CCAs allow students from different classes and levels to bond and get to know each other. So you can see that, this body paragraph is a very good example of the peel structure. So you can actually see on your own, okay, how the student has actually structured it according to PEL. Okay, so in your own body paragraphs, please also follow this structure. Um, I'll leave this on for about 2 seconds for you to actually take a look, okay, and compare it with your own body paragraphs. Okay. Uh, Okay. This is another paragraph that um, we can also see. Okay, so you can actually see that in this body paragraph provided by another student, okay, she has actually managed to elaborate. Okay, so she actually elaborate how students can actually benefit. Okay, so for example, they benefit by learning skills. Okay, bonding with each other. Okay, from the exchange programs that they have. Although you must be careful that not all CCAs will have exchange programs, but they would have definitely opportunities for schools to actually compete with each other. So, for example, an inter-school competition like the National School Games. Okay, so during this opportunity, these chances, there's chance for you to actually bond, to learn from one another. Okay, so what this student needs to have, if you follow the PU structure, elaboration is okay. Maybe what the students can do in addition is to provide an example. Okay, maybe a particular CCA, okay, which or a particular event like the NSG, okay, to further enhance and to further support her elaboration. Okay, regarding her opposing paragraph, which is over here, you can see that she starts off very well with this signpost, however, okay, and then she tries to go on to explain, okay, the opposing argument. So, like what we always mentioned, two arguments for, in support of the stand that you have actually taken, and one argument against, so as to show the marker that you know you have considered both sides of the issue. Okay, something to actually take note while you're reading her essay is you may want to actually take a look at this particular sentence over here that many CCAs have. Okay, so you probably need to be a little bit clearer, okay, and rephrase the sentence over here. And finally, of course, taking a look at this particular student's conclusion, which is actually quite clear. Okay, what the students have actually done is to summarize and to reiterate, to repeat her stand again. Okay, which you can see in these three lines. She repeats her stance. She repeats her stand, her position, the view that she takes, and then she gives a short. She listed down her short reasons again, her short factors. Okay, which she has actually explained earlier in her body paragraphs. And then she ends off with a thoughtful statement or thoughtful question. Okay, despite there being many cons, okay, as with any other issue, just like two sides of a coin. Okay, so she mentioned this. Okay, then she leaves off with a statement, which all of you can actually also do this, or you can also leave off with a rhetorical question. Although in this particular example, maybe to let you to explain a little bit more, please avoid general statements like cycle of life. And it is only a matter of fact if students are willing to participate, to persevere, okay, because it's not very clear and it's very generic, it's not very specific to the topic. So a suggestion that I might give you is, okay, after saying this, I will keep her statement. So I'll say, okay, despite there being many cons, okay, on the disadvantages of CCA, for example, taking away your time, okay, because you're not able to go home early, and comma, okay, and with the amount of homework that you always have to do, okay, CCAs generally are still beneficial for everyone, okay, so long as students, okay, are motivated, okay, or able to manage their time well, because they can actually learn a lot more, okay, that is not within their curriculum. Okay, so there are a lot of benefits in CCAs. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, based on this essay. Um, but if you also talk about the disadvantages of CCA, it's also fine. You just have to rephrase your thought-provoking statement or question. Okay, just to be a little bit more impactful right at the end. Okay, for the to leave an impression. Okay, on the marker. Okay, so once again, thank you to all the four students. I hope this has helped. Please again, if you have any comments or any questions or any further questions, please always reach out to me. Okay, or you can put it in the comments below. Okay, thank you so much. See you.